guys, good morning. Well, late morning. I got a late start. The original plan today was to go out with the club, and they were going to do like 78 miles. The ride started at 7, so I was going to have to get up at 6. And with the hot weather, I've had a lot of early mornings and getting up. And this morning I got up and I'm just tired. I'm at the end of my second week of a 3-week training block. And so I've already had like 3 workouts this week. And I'm just kind of, the body actually feels okay. I don't feel bad, but I just wanted to sleep in. I'm just tired. So I decided to sleep in and got up about 8:45. Now it's like after 9, so I'm getting going late. So I'm gonna ride out to this area called French Creek, Shingle Springs area, and probably do a little over 3 hours today. A lot less than the 78 miles that I didn't want to do originally anyway. Actually not sure how long this ride's gonna be. I'm just riding. Sometimes it's nice just to ride. On these long rides or training rides, I like to listen to music or podcasts. Lately it's been podcasts, like listening to Trainer Road, the Move podcast. Today I'm listening to this young artist, this jazz piano player guy who I found on Instagram, Joey Alexander, and he's just super talented, super clean, and I love jazz. This is Tong Road. It's right off the Silva Valley on the east side. So right after the overpass where the freeway's at, you make a right onto the road and it comes into this little cul-de-sac and it looks like it dead ends. And you just go up the little hump and it takes you into this kind of, almost seems like a forgotten road. Some of the locals who live on Tong Road still use it, but there's no cars back here. It's almost like a bike trail. If I'm riding with a earphone, I only use one, and I do it on the non-traffic side and keep the volume to a place where I can hear. But it's a nice little road just to get away from traffic. It's quiet. So if you're in the El Dorado Hills area, check it out. Or maybe don't, because nobody's here. I'm not sure if this is still Tong Road, but it empties out into a dead end. So you make a left, and then there's another little road that takes you out to, I want to say Hollow Oak. It's Bass Lake Road.
Don't know what we have to do, but something's gotta change. You got issues that makes you...
This is the end of week 2 of a 3-week training block for Esparto. Esparto is a 16-mile TT, mostly flat. It's got a little roller section. 2 years ago, I was first in the Cat 4s. This year I'm a Cat 3, and it's a district time trial. So it's 45 plus, 45 to 49, 1, 2, 3, 4s or whatever. My goal is to not be last. I'm not fast enough or strong enough to keep up and get even close to the Cat 1 guys and Cat 2. Really strong, fast guys. So I'm doing it. Go do my best. I know I can beat my time from 2 years ago. I'm stronger than I was 2 years ago and faster, and I've got my stuff more dialed in. So this week I started off with 7 4-minute VO2 efforts on the TT bike. The next day I did 4 12-minute efforts at I think it was like 90%. But by the end, the last one, I was on my hands and knees and it was like 80%. I don't know, there's something about the TT that if I do a TT workout for a few days, my legs are just super heavy. I can go over to the road bike and be fine unless it's like a big, long mountain climbing effort. And I knew that when I did the workout, but I wanted to see if I could do it. I couldn't get through barely got through the last one. My legs were just heavy. And then it was like 95 degrees out, which made it worse. So I was suffering. I've learned that if I go into a time trial, go into a race, I cannot be on the TT bike that week. I just really have to stay off or else my legs are... Okay, so what do I take the fuel with me on I usually have 2 gels. So Science and Sport gel, I usually have a Science and Sport bar as well, so one of these. You will notice that I carry more food than I'm gonna eat. You just never know when like you're gonna be a little bit hungrier than normal, or you're just feeling a little and you need some extra energy, or you end up riding with somebody and you end up going harder than you had planned to. So it's always good to take more food. So I make my own rice cakes, and they have raisins, banana, honey, cinnamon. I make the rice with apple juice and water. And what else did I put in here? Oh, dates. I love dates. I like doing them. They're pretty easy to do, and I'll make a bunch of them, and then I freeze them, and then I only take out what I need the night before. I've mostly been noodling around today, not really pushing hard on the pedals. And then looked at my TSS was really lame and realized I needed to ride just a little bit harder. So coming up French Creek, there's a little climb. I think it's like 1.2 miles. I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna go for it and try to go for my PR. There was no reception down there, so I couldn't look and see what my Strava time was, and Strava live segments wasn't connecting because I had just turned it on. And so I had no idea like how long the segment was. I know it's 1.2 because I checked afterwards. I didn't know what my power was. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go by feel and go. I don't even know how much time it took me. Turns out I think it took me 6 minutes, and I got my PR. I think it's like 5.5 minutes. I could have gone harder, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna push on the pedals a little bit more as I go back. I can't do 3 hours and have like a 60 TSS. Quick little water stop at the rescue fire station. I decided to go after another little bit. It's from, what is that road? Ponderosa? I think it is Ponderosa. And it's kind of like this rolling descent, some flat bits, goes up, falls flats, up and down. I have no idea what my time is through there, so I just went. See if I got it. Now I'm just playing. Going into June, July, my fitness is just kind of up and down, just kind of tanked. And usually that happens mid-season, and then I can, just kind of recover and come back by the end of July. And this year just couldn't. I don't think I had enough recovery days. I did like a 2-week build just to kind of warm up and get back into it. Took a rest week, and then started a 3-week build. And then I'll have like a tapering down rest week going into Esparto. And then I'm gonna take a couple weeks off. I'm thinking I might take like 3 weeks. Not off the bike, I'm gonna continue riding. I just love riding too much to completely take time off the bike. But I think I'm just gonna like, no training, no workouts, just go goof off. And then I'm gonna start base training, get back into sweet spot work. Look at that buck, guys. He seemed pretty friendly. He wasn't like running away. I startled him a little bit when I came on clip, and he was just watching me. Opening day for rifle starts in a few weeks. I'm actually going to be hunting this season. I haven't hunted in about 2 years or so. Taking my boys, mostly just father and son's trip. I love being in the outdoors. That's why I like to ride. I love nature and deer sausage and ground deer sausage. It's tasty. So this is more of a vlog style, guys. It wasn't, no race or reviews, and there's some other stuff and testing coming up. Hope you like that. If you did, please hit like. It helps the channel. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.